Give it up for the winningest team in Major League Baseball at 33 wins, 18 losses. Your fighting Phillies as they take care of the Athletics 4-3 tonight. Welcome to Phillies Postgame Live, presented by Cure Auto Insurance. Along with Ricky Pitalico, I'm Michael Barkan. Ricky Bo, they make us wait for it a little bit, but I'll tell you something. You don't want to face them early, this Phillies lineup, but you definitely don't want to face them late when they get into your bullpen.
Yeah, this is true. It seems like the Phillies have had that knack all season long of, okay, you want to bring your bullpen out, and you know, when the bullpens come in, they seem like they almost zone in, especially later on in the ball games. It's exactly what happened in this one. I mean, they jumped all over Mason Miller, who, I mean, a lot of people around here are saying, trade for him, trade for him. No, I don't know about that. Not after seeing what we saw tonight. And you know what it is? I think they know the guys out of the bullpen sometimes a little bit better. I know you have your time to study the starting pitchers, but sometimes you overstudy. And sometimes it turns into overkill and you end up, you know, not seeing what you saw on film when you get up there to the plate. And the one thing about Lopez tonight, I thought he hid Ben brought this up in the game. I think Ben was absolutely 100% right that somehow he was hiding the baseball, because when you're watching him on the monitor, you see him go like this, and it looks like he's showing everybody the ball. But you have to wonder if a glove or an arm or something is going in front of the hitter. I'll tell you what, Trea Turner saw the ball well in his first at bat. That's for sure. But after that, it was kind of like lulled to sleep. And it almost got ugly there at the end.
It did.
More away, because it seemed as though he was struggling with the glove side fastball for a good 2 innings. But I mean, you look at his numbers, you would think he wasn't struggling with anything.
He comes in at a 2.67 ERA. And you see the bottom line, it's 2.42 going out.
And I would really say that the one thing that I saw in a couple innings, he was dropping his elbow a little bit, kind of almost trying to put a little bit too much movement on the pitches. That means he just lost it a little bit with the grip. So hopefully that's all that was.
So there's no scoring in this game after the first inning until the 9th. Both teams get 3 runs.
They went middle, away, and further out, and the hitter kept chasing. It was an easy out for Banks.
When you look at Romano, he had a 15.75 ERA after his first 5 appearances this season, and he sends it plummeting. He looked great. 9 consecutive scoreless inning streak or appearance streak, and then tonight he struggles, Ricky Bo, and it is to be expected.
Threw 15 balls and 13 strikes.
Yeah.
That's not a way to get anything done. I mean, in all reality, you're 1 for 6 with first pitch strikes, so you put yourself in a hole almost every time. That's not a way to pitch. I don't know what he was doing out there. He looked like he was more interested in talking to himself than he was pitching tonight. I've never seen guys land on the back of their heel. I'm telling you, I've been doing this job for how many years with you? I've never seen this.
40 years.
And I played in the big leagues for 11 years. I've never seen a guy land on his back of his heel.
Yeah.
And he did it more than once.
That was the roller skates part. It was odd to see.
The mechanics were a disaster. Absolute disaster. This looked like the beginning of the season, Romano.
All right, let's go to Tampa now. In Sacramento on a 4-3 Phillies win. 8 straight wins.
Not a lot of whiffs on the fastball, but Wheeler looked pretty good tonight. What do you think?
Yeah, I thought his stuff was good. I thought he pitched behind the count a little bit more than he normally does. But the stuff was good, and he battled and gave us a really good outing.
Did you think Rojas had a chance of catching that ball when it was in the air?
Well, from my angle, like I thought he could get there, but when he turned around, the ball was over, this way. I thought it was going to be a tough catch. He made a heck of a play.
Just how important did that play end up being, just with the way this game went?
Huge.
How important has defense been during this streak?
It's been huge. Bohm had a really nice game at third base. He had a couple of tough ground balls. He fielded cleanly. Trea's been really good. Rojas, that catch tonight was outstanding. So, that's what you got to do in these types of games because we didn't get our bats going until late. So you got to get good pitching. You got to be able to play defense and do the little things, and that's what we're doing right now.
It's 2 straight outings. Sorry,
Orion coming in and cleaning things up, second day in a row. What do you think of the way he's been?
Great. and I envision him being that guy. Also a full inning guy. I mean, I wouldn't, but that was a big spot there, and he got it done. Wills was out of pitches basically. So yeah, he got it done, and Banks did a great job. So they're picking each other up right now.
Do you see Orion's confidence
growing? Yeah, he's in a good spot right now.
Wheeler was predominantly fastballs tonight.
Yeah.
Said that he can still put up zeros even when he's just kind of stepping out with the four seam and
Yeah.
the sinker.
Yeah, and the sinker was good. It had a lot of bottom to it, and getting some soft contact, so it was good. It was just, I didn't think his command was as sharp as it normally is. That's all right. He's got the stuff to get by with that.
And during his run, Corey had a great stat. I mean, about the rotations ERA has been like one something in the last 25 games. I mean, like, how much you knew going into the year that this was going to be a strong suit for you guys? How much has that powered this, and has it been better maybe than you thought this rotation could be?
Well, I mean, you look at the three guys that are pitching here and their records and what they've done. It's pretty good, and the other two guys aren't too bad either. Other three guys, really. I mean, Taiwan's pitched great. So, I'm really pleased with it. I want to knock on wood every time I say the rotation's going good, because got to keep them healthy.
So what happened with Sosa?
Yeah, so he got a zinger up his wrist on that swing where he moved Bone to third base in the ninth, hit it off the end of the bat. So we'll see how he is tomorrow.
And what about Bryce after getting hit by a couple of pitches?
He's fine.
What did you think of the way the guys fared against Lopez? He looked pretty good for his first
Yeah, he did. That's probably his best outing of his major league career anyway. The fastball's got carry. It doesn't have a whole lot of velocity, but it's got really good carry, and he threw strikes.
Do you worry at all about the Romano velocity fluctuations, or do you that you're not sure what kind of guy you're going to get on a given night, or do you think that?
Well, I didn't think the velocity in Colorado was, the 97, 98 that we're used to, but he was landing a slider, and it was good, and it was sharp. So that's really the bigger thing for me.
I know it's not been his best year, but getting those runs off Miller, how important was that, and getting those in the ninth day?
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously it was huge. I mean, it won us the game. Sometimes those guys that are closers and there's not a whole lot of adrenaline going into it, you see kind of a different guy. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know, but Bohm had a great at bat against him, and we stole some bases and we did some things to create some stuff. So, win's a win. Kind of got messy there at the end, but I'll take the win anytime.
Once you play your next game, you hit another one, now the confidence level starts going up.
Thank goodness what happens in Colorado does not stay
It does
in
not.
Colorado. It goes
It
to
sticks with ya.
It goes to Sacramento.
It
Trea
sticks
Turner,
with you.
3 for 5, his 4th home run of the season, 2nd on this trip, as you said, 2 RBIs, stolen base. Bryce Harper, 0 for 3, but he was on base twice via hit by pitch. He was less than thrilled when he got hit by it. He wanted to really throttle somebody.
I hit twice.
Schwarber, nothing doing with a walk. Nick Castellanos, no. In fact, I believe there were only 5 guys that got hits tonight, several of them multi-hit games, but there were less hits than more throughout the lineup, unfortunately, but they get it done.
Well, you're going to have games like this. I mean, you take away that 9th inning, it was pretty anemic for the most part offensively, but they came up big. They came up big when they needed them. They got enough, and you just move on from this one. I mean, the one thing that you got to do is you got to get Romano back on track again, because what we saw there at the end of the game, I think it made a lot of people sick. Yeah, it was a little scary.
Absolutely. It just goes to show you what kind of a funny game baseball is. Turner leads off with the home run. I'm thinking they're going to get 4 or 5 runs in the first. Not to be. You had to wait all game. They finally get 3 more. And then, lo and behold, the Athletics get 3 as well. They hold on to win.
And the worst part is Romano had been going well. But, I mean, whatever happened there, that should have been picked up by Caleb Cotham or whoever's working with him on mechanics all the time, because if you and I were noticing it, everybody was noticing it right away. And to me, it was like, man, something's really wrong here, because it wasn't even close.
No.
I mean, every once in a while you might slip or you might open up a shoulder. His feet were going all over the place. That, to me, is like trying to overthrow something that's not there.
All right, let's go back to Sacramento to the clubhouse. Here's the man of the hour, Trea Turner.
Even Wheeler might not even have. He would have said probably that he didn't have his best stuff tonight.
For sure.
Like he still puts up zeros. He's leading on his fastball. Like what's it like, kind of just from your vantage point there?
Yeah, I think the best pitchers in baseball have a good fastball, and you can throw anytime, even when you're not feeling your best. You can throw it in zone and get swing and miss, get weak contact, and with four-seam, two-seam combination, I think it's just hard to find the middle of the ball a lot, and he knows what he's doing. He misses, even when he misses bad, at least it's to the right side. It's not over the plate. So he's just a veteran. He just knows how to pitch and knows how to get outs and battle even when he doesn't have his best stuff.
I think you guys knew this rotation was going to be good going into the season. Like, has it even maybe exceeded what you thought it could be?
I don't know. Not really. I mean, I think they might tell you the same thing. Like some of the guys, I think, could be throwing even a little bit better than they are. So. Obviously, it's really good, and we'll take this all year, every year. But I think we just got some good competitors out there, some guys that have done it a long time and have really high expectations. So I would say they're pretty in par with what we all thought they would do.
You mentioned the other day that you made a small adjustment to Coors Field. Is that something you feel like you've been able to carry through the rest of the week here?
Yeah, lost a little bit yesterday. Some tough at bats, but kind of got back to it, and I think it's a little easier facing a lefty, but it was nice hitting those breaking balls off the righties in my last two at bats. I feel like I'm staying on the ball and having good at bats. So today was a good day.
National League East standings. Look at the distance between the Phillies and the Mets as the Mets lose in extras to the LA Dodgers. And how about the Braves? They lose tonight, 8.5 back. Phillies will face the Braves next week as soon as they finish this road trip. That is a major league leading 33-18 record as Detroit loses tonight. So Detroit still has the 33 wins, but one more loss.
Flying in the right direction.
Oh, you gotta love it. All right.
He's kind of gotten over everything that was going on with him early in the season.
Yeah.
He's clearly away from that now.
This is a special team because baseball is such a funky game that you can be up 4-0 and all of a sudden be clinging to a one-run lead. It takes a lot of grit and determination to finish off a team, even one that's lost 9, now what, 10 straight, 9 straight.
Got to let some teams back in every once in a while.
10-game losing streak for, no, I'm not letting anybody in.
They tried.
They win them all.
They're on
105 wins. The 102
that
is
might
the
have been
franchise record.
That might have been the shot for the A's to win a game. That may have been the only shot.
That was it. I hope so. We got Luzardo they're going to face this series. They got Christopher Sanchez tomorrow.
Tell you what.
And by the way, Luzardo.
Phillies just swept a really good team there out there in Denver. They just beat the Yankees.
I don't care. Well, you're right. You're right. They just beat the Yankees. Colorado did today. Okay. How about the ace of the staff? Zack Wheeler gets his 6th win against 1 loss. ERA now down to 2.42. Here is Wheeler post-game in the clubhouse.
You look like you're a little frustrated in this first couple of innings. Was it command?
The mound was terrible. So that was really it. Honestly, I felt great today, and that's why I was frustrated, because I felt great and the mound was bad. So, it is what it is, but, it turned out good. So just got to roll with it.
Explain, what was that?
It was like cement right in front of the rubber, so I was just trying to break it up, and once you kind of did break it up, it was just like little bumps in it. I don't know. It's probably doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're used to pitching kind of on similar mounds throughout the league, just that little difference kind of messes with you, and I really couldn't get into the dirt and to drive, so I was kind of just throwing all arm tonight. It was a little different, so I just had to make little adjustments out there as I went and just try to make it work.
Do you think major league games should be played in minor league ballparks?
Probably not the best idea, but sometimes I guess you have to.
Was the mound and the bullpen different?
It was hard as well.
So did you lean on your? I mean, you threw a ton of fastballs tonight, 4 seamers and sinkers. Is that kind of what goes into that? I guess maybe just because you weren't feeling it right.
I don't know. It's just whatever JT calls mostly. That's what I can always go back to. So, he called a great game. Sweeper was working well for the most part. Had a couple back up on me, but it was working well. And fastball, was playing also. So.
after your last start, Scott was talking about how when you have 6 different pitches, you're able to hold stuff second, third time through. Just how instrumental has that been in like the success you had as a Philly? That saving stuff for later on in the game.
Yeah, I really don't think about when I'm out there, honestly. But yeah, I mean, it's part of the game, and it's part of the game plan is kind of lean on the fastball early. I think we know that. The opposing team knows that. That's why you got to, command the pitch, and I've been able to do that over the years, and it's just part of it. And you got to start mixing some things up because big league hitters can hit fastballs no matter how fast they are. But you just have to mix it up as we go. And it's JT, just give all the credit to him.
Is that something you noticed like the first pitch, or is it like
as soon as I went out there, I'd always do my certain thing where I kind of try to break it up right in front of the rubber, just so I could get like a little drop right in front of the rubber, so I can kind of get my cleat into it and be able to push. So I noticed it right there. Sometimes you can break it up and it's fine. It's a little more moist underneath, and it acts like the clay is supposed to. But this was really hard, and I don't know. Sometimes when it's really hot outside and it's dry, it tends to go that way. It happens sometimes in day games at big league parks. So you just have to figure it out.